everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Urban legends, missing heaven, hookman coming for you, missing 15 minutes. Mothman's flying at you, missing 15 minutes.
Welcome back to Mything 15 Minutes. You see the title, you know the drill. We talk myths, legends, and folklore, and we are neck deep in the murky depths of the famed Scottish lake, Loch Ness. Reading a series of scripts written by famed insomniac AJ Carey. AJ, how are you feeling after this?
I can see colors.
Awesome! Not worrisome at all. So yes, as the title says, welcome to part 5 of our dive into the Loch Ness Monster. Nessie. Hey, I got a question.
Yes?
Is Nessie looking for 350?
No, I do not make that joke at all in this.
You're no fun. But I'm not going to recap where we are. We are probably an hour into this 15-minute show, so let's just say we wrapped it up in the 70s with Nessie being on top of the world as a cultural and global icon after she leaked flipper pics for science, of course. But there's really not a lot of information to bring after the 70s. Yes, this is where we're going to speed run so we get to a discussion point. While sightings and even some photos would arise, none of it was anything we hadn't seen before. A rogue wave, a slightly dark shadow, an eddy. An eddy. But, yeah, some interesting things did happen. 1987, Operation Deep Scan had 27 boats, all with echo-sounding sonars, and they combed the lake. It was a great idea that, would have repeatedly, awkwardly, more than once over the decades. Did it get a hit? Sort of. But the unusual sized thing they talk about is basically just larger than a fish. And there's going to be a minor rant about that statement later. Is that a rant from me or from you?
Technically, I don't know if I wrote it down or not. So we'll see.
In the 1990s and the 2000s, sonar mapping would continue to be used even as it became more advanced. But honestly, most teams, such as the one for the 2003 documentary Searching for the Loch Ness Monster, would basically only get larger than unusual identified shapes. The scientific term would be blobs. Very technical, and yes, put a pin on the sonar stuff too. And yes, it was that time there were videos that were of wakes, nothing, fish, or even an otter that you clearly see as an otter, or a fisher king, or what's a stoat?
Stoat.
What's a stoat?
Basically, it's a weasel. It's like a kingfisher or a not a kingfisher. Kingfisher is a bird. It's a mink. Yes, it's very much like a mink or a weasel or a ferret.
It's something we don't have here in the U.S.
We do, but we don't call them stoats. Like we have ferrets and we have kingfishers here.
Yeah.
Or fisher kings. I think they're called kingfishers.
No, they're fisher kings.
Kingfishers is the bird.
It's the bird.
Okay. Point is, yes, we have them here. We just don't call them that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's a genus thing or just a regional thing.
Okay. Kind of like cougar, puma, and mountain lion.
Kind of, yeah.
You know, when you say them all like that, you stop for a minute and picture three of the same animal.
But slightly different in your head because they're named differently.
Your things, yeah. Slightly different. And it's usually mostly coloring and a little bit on the shape of the head. Sorry. I mean, it could also be a hoax, but the point is, there's no way, if you weren't primed for Lake Monster, you'd see anything other than what it is. The 2007 Holmes video, by the way. I also don't get into the 2010 Best Picture Ever by George Edward because it's a blurry photo of literally a propped hump he used in the National Geographic documentary. Because he spent the last 26 years running tours on Loch Ness, tours on the Loch, hunting to see the creature. Yeah, and the boat wake seen by satellite imaging is just not great, and especially since 2010s, you don't even need to make a prop. You just need Photoshop the damn thing on GIMP for free. Oh, and the 2023 anniversary search used thermal imaging drones and got nothing, but it did get some underwater sound that was just sound of ducks. That isn't to say there's nothing interesting about the most recent Loch Ness investigation or sighting. I just spent an entire day reading tech review to see what the 70 sonar photo combo. A good fun one was the DNA survey of the Loch in 2018 that basically was like, yeah, there's a metric fuck ton of eels.
Seriously, they what they do for DNA for when they DNA survey is they take, X amount of water and then search to see what DNA types they find. I think it was something like 20%, or it's a percent that would make you go, wow, that's a lot of fucking eels.
Okay.
Where that was the DNA makeup of the lake. Just fucking eels.
You know what? And the funny thing is I don't like eels.
The funny thing is I would never have even considered eels. But that's because, similar to like why people don't expect to see a seal or something like that, so it's weird. If you don't know, I talk about that later.
But there's been 90 years since the initial sighting and more popular tech has been used. There's even some ghost hunting trips that go around the shores with EMF readers asking because there's people who think it's a fucking ghost. It's baffling how wide a net really goes out when there's minor
peculiarity. I do believe there was either Ghost Hunters or Ghost Hunters International or Ghost Adventures International. One of them actually did a episode at the Urquhart Castle.
I think that was international.
I literally said
sorry, my bad. I think it was Ghost Hunters International.
Okay, because I don't actually think Ghost Adventures had an international wing.
No, but
I know that
Zach has
went everywhere. Yeah,
gone over the.
I still love their Italy episode where they went to the Plague Island.
Yes.
Sorry, that's a different show.
Plague Island could be yours.
No, I meant us talking about Ghost Adventures.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's a blanking episode. But there's just a theory, a crackpot theory. Thanks for AJ. We just hit page 2. We're not even close to be done yet.
Don't worry. Now we're at theories about it. It's okay.
So let's talk theories, shall we? Let's talk about probably the most obvious, the plesiosaur theory. The most famous theory is that it's a plesiosaur, although other pteropods have been thrown out there. And AJ wants to be clear on one thing. Yeah, AJ wants to be clear on one thing.
Cool.
Where was I? Anyways, AJ wants to be clear on one thing that every damn people bring up. Plesiosaur is not a dinosaur. It's also warm-blooded, as far as science knows. Yes, again, thank you to, I think it was Clint's Reptile channel who went into that. Either that or it's Lindsay Nicole. AJ assures me there are still awesome channels on YouTube everybody should watch.
There's also one that I watched. Well, I don't think I bring this up. It's by I think it was Ben Edwards or Ben Thompson. His name was Ben, where he actually talks about the evolution of Nessie sightings. And I feel really bad because I was writing this when I wrote it, and I had to physically not, because he actually went into exactly kind of how I framed it, where like in the beginning, hey, it's just a monster fish, and then it turns into this and this and this.
Right.
It's actually really cool. And I feel really bad. I want to acknowledge him, but I want to say that I did not see his
screen name?
No, I didn't see his video until after I was damn near done writing.
See, I would have added it in at the end saying you should watch this. Just saying.
I will when I'm doing this on YouTube. When
Okay.
I'm unfucking up some of our mistakes.
So yes, a prehistoric sea puppy with flippers and a long neck apparently noodling around. However, the problem with that is it would be the Loch is too young. Plesiosaurs need air, so there would have been a ton more pictures. Or she's just a really shy old gal. She's just a shy little puppy.
Well, that's why I call her a,
Sea puppy. But a sea puppy happens to be a seal. Arr, arr, arr. Then there's the giant eel theory. And I mean, depending on the sighting, it sort of works. And there's actual evidence. The DNA study from 2018 was all about the eel. The DNA study from 2018 was all about the DNA density of eels. I mean, she could just be an eel of unusual size, and honestly, it's got most proof. Granted, the largest freshwater eel would be from New Zealand, and is about 2 meters on average. They also they also move side to side like a snake, which definitely is controversial.
definitely is controversial.
Definitely is controversial. Nessie did not wiggle. She didn't go to side. She liked to go up and down.
Hold on, excuse me. I said Nessie, don't wiggle.
Sorry, she don't wiggle.
She
she folds.
See, that's the joke I make. This is what I mean when I say I write really funny jokes. You fuck them up.
Again, with the coffee cup to the face.
Violence doesn't change how bad you are, Sam.
No, but it will make me feel better when your mouth is shut.
Well, I'm sorry, President Trump. We can't just keep invading people because you're porno-loving, pedo-loving friends. I'm done with this joke. Let's continue.
Yes, please. Then there's a more probability to some extent to the outlandish theory department. It's a sturgeon. Now, yes, Loch Ness is not known to have native sturgeons, but do you know what does? Moray Firth. Moray Firth, the inlet of the north of Loch Ness. This connects Loch Ness via the river Ness.
This connects to Loch Ness.
That's what I said. That connects to Loch Ness via the river Ness.
Okay.
They are freaking fish that are armor-plated, look extremely prehistoric, and can grow up to 20 feet long in a nice touch, can live up to 100 years. And if you really want to get into it, the European sea sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
That's what I said, sturgeon.
Sam, of the many times you've had to say the word sturgeon, 40% of the time you've said sturgeon at the first try.
The major problem there is, though, the caviar rush of the early 1900s really depleted the then abundant population. I think there's estimated to be 800 left, and that's primarily in the Rhine River in France.
Some of that sentence sounded like you said it right.
You make long sentences.
No, I make complicated sentences because I'm an academic. I'm sorry I didn't dumb it down for you. The fish, they live in France. There ain't a lot of them.
Do you know this entire episode has more missed words, added words, and misspelled words?
Did you know I had to write 50 scripts in a day?
That was on you, not on me. I'm just saying that Welsh has an H in it.
When did I say? Oh. No, that is the Wells catfish. Thank you very much.
Okay, I thought it was the Welsh catfish.
I know. You know how I know I'm right and you're wrong? Because I'm an academic. And I actually looked it up to make sure like 4 times.
Oh, so that's not to say if there is a different species like Wells catfish has been suggested, a hybrid species of eels, or a Greensland shark, which is what Jeremy Wade, famed angler from the River Monsters series, and that was a fun series by itself.
It really was really fun to see, especially since he did do a lot of here's a water cryptid, let's see what really it is.
Which
sort of thing.
Yeah. Brooklyn, when she was young, she would watch it with her grandparents and had a severe fear of water because of it.
Hilariously, that's why I watched it. I have a severe fear of water.
It's okay if we're in a pool.
Give me the good stuff.
Give you the good stuff. Here's the good stuff. It's one thing if we're in a pool, but it has taken me a long time to. I'm fine with the ocean.
I am not fine with the ocean.
That's
stuff.
only because mom almost drowned you and we lost you in the water for a minute.
That's happened to me in fresh and salt water, ocean and river. Point is, I don't like water.
This is true. So, anyways, Greensland shark. Why do I know that one?
I don't know why you would know it. Honestly, the only reason I know it is from things like Jimmy Wade and just me wanting to be the stupidest thing. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be Steve Irwin, and I wanted to be a marine biologist. Which is the only reason I wanted to be a marine biologist is I like houseboats. I love boats. I love being on boats. I do not like water. I could be a marine biologist in the middle of Arizona. I would love it.
Oh, you don't like heat?
But it's a dry heat, so it's fine.
No, it's not. All right, as somebody who's been to a dry heat and a wet heat, 110 degrees is still 110 degrees. It's just, are you swimming in that 110 degrees or are you baking?
Well, that's sort of it. I don't mind baking in so much as I cannot survive in humidity. I sweat a lot. Sorry, that was 10 minutes of our lives we're not getting back. Let's continue.
All right. Okay, there's enough scientifically fun stuff. And honestly, the last 4 episodes have been talking about the hoax, the economic, and the misidentification. So let's now go...
No, let's not. Well, you're right. That's supposed to say let's not.
So let's not go over that again. And let's end this whole thing with a hilarious, insane theories.
The fun ones. The one that Sam believes.
I've heard of that one.
Which one?
And that's a long-ass sentence. Some fringe theories say that Nessie is actually a regular plesiosaur, but it can slip in and out of another time through thin spots in reality. Because, the bottom of the lake is so mysterious after a century of sonar scans, diving expeditions, and remote control subs. Time travel theoropod is pretty boss, though. Sadly, that also means Nessie has the same, but what if it's extra dimensional, being that Bigfoot was going on except wetter? Oh, and at least we forget the theory that Loch Ness is... Oh, I've seen that one. And at least we forget the theory that Loch Ness has no real bottom, is actually a series of tunnels, and underneath it is where the whole breeding population of Nessies live.
So, which do you think?
So they're kind of like ants?
Kind of. So, do you think that it's a time-traveling plesiosaur, an extra-dimensional being like Bigfoot, or that it lives in Hollow Earth and comes out every so often?
I'd like to know more about the tunnels underneath Loch Ness.
There are no tunnels underneath Loch Ness.
I'm just saying. But yeah, that sounds like ants. with tunnels and everything.
Well, they didn't make the tunnels. The tunnels are there.
Why were the tunnels there?
Because these people think that everything has tunnels attached.
Are they German?
Let's finish this silliness. Holy shit.
That was actually a good one.
That was.
Oh no, I have a better one now. But
No.
I'll use that later. We'll have it later. Oh, fine. The most rational explanation would be very similar to the first sighting, where it was probably just a large fish. It could have been arguably one of the last remnants of sea sturgeons, since it wasn't until 1950s that the population was considered outright endangered. Combine those with early with the myth, and then the misidentification happened so much more. And it's not just one thing that being seen wrong.
It's not just one thing being seen wrong.
I think it's something that a lot of people forget. One sighting can be a wake that shines different because of perception. Another could be an otter or a seal. Like, part of the issue, I think, is that also that there's more enthusiasts came, but that became a bigger pool of idiocy that didn't even know that local wildlife, or even uncommon but rare, not rare wildlife, so that suddenly a seal swimming along and bam, kelpies and Nessies abound.
See, that's my theory.
I could see it being a seal. Kinda.
Well, again, like I said, it's not just one thing.
No. It is all over the place.
There are some that were definitely misidentified seals. There are some that were definitely done seeing a wave in the water, and the sun's over there, and all I saw on my side of the beach was a dark shape in the water, because as the wave crests, all you see is the black underneath it, because of where the sun is. There's many pictures that are like that, and they're like, see, it shows that it's it's an eel, or it's a snake, it's got a long body. No, that's a fucking wave.
So there you have it, an hour plus about the Loch Ness Monster, from battling a saint to having a magical girl transformation into a dinosaur to perhaps behind the interdimensional visitor. I personally endorse the ghost dinosaur theory.
I knew it.
If we can't have real monsters, give me a supernatural one.
You gotta stop banging on the desk like that.
I do. I need
you
to do it
direct.
after.
No, you need to at least do it not directly in front of your mic. Do it on that side of the desk.
But then I have to use my left hand.
Yes, but then you don't pop the mic.
Fine. Whatever the truth is, Nessie remains one of the world's most endearing mysteries, and part of the charm is that perhaps it won't ever end. Mysteries makes the world more fun and bearable.
It's true.
I like unsolved mysteries personally.
Like whatever the fuck that sound was. Really hoping they might catch that, because that was a funny joke. Unsolved mystery.
Meow. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was a freaking snowmobile.
Might have been. You know how people are in fucking central New York?
You know how people are in the on the edge of Rome?
You know how people are. You know, people.
People. People are people, and people are people.
So anyways, what do you honestly think it is?
Ghost dinosaur, it really does.
That's why I
make the most sense. It really does.
That's why I actually gave you that line. It's because personally, you would want ghost dinosaur.
I would say ghost. It makes more sense than the interdimensional traveling, or the actual dimensional traveling.
I like how you immediately go into what was the fringe ones I remember. But that's because you also agree that it is probably just misidentification out the yazoo. Yes.
Do I want to go to Loch Ness?
Oh,
fuck
obviously.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, of course we want to go.
I
still want to go down to Whitehall just so we can say we hunted the Whitehall monster.
You mean where we cannot legally hunt the Whitehall monster?
You're right. We are searching for the Whitehall monster.
Yes, we did not go with guns.
And please become a Patreon member so that we can start funding our fun road trips around Central New York weirdness. That would include places like the Hudson Valley for the Hudson Valley Lights. No, we wouldn't be looking for UFOs because they don't really happen that much anymore, but it would be a nice... We can go to Star Hill, do that again. We can go down to Whitehall, do that. We can go up to Ogopogo Land. Not Ogopogo, Champy. Lake Champlain. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Dude, I want to have it where we go. I would like to go visit all 48 states. And have it where we do different investigations there.
Oh, absolutely. But first, we start small by going to New York.
I'm agreeing.
I have children. I can't leave the state for too long. I was only allowed to leave the state so I could go pick up one of my children.
Well, we'll be taking one of them with us anyways.
That leaves two.
Depending on which ones we take, we'd leave them with their grandmother.
Have you met her? Frankly, she's
a Batman villain. Love you, Mommy. All right, so Loch Ness. Yeah, the ghost dinosaur makes the most sense.
Okay, so you heard it here. Sam says ghost dinosaur. I say misidentification.
Thank you for missing 15 minutes with us. I'm Sam Rossi.
I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
Missing 15.
Keep on carrying on.
C-A-R-E-Y. Because
Carry On Productions.